Welcome to another crypto chart. I'm Fausto Botelho, broadcasting from Brazil, and let's take a look in the altcoins. Are you going up or what? You altcoins. We also going to take a look in Bitcoin that is behaving just by the book in terms of its upward trend. And let's take a look at what I think is a very important chart now to answer the question that is the title of the video. Is it altcoins season? And that's the Bitcoin dominance. So, shall we? But first, let's take a look at the S&P. That is reaching its objective that could be projected from the ascending triangle. Objective is 3360. We've reached so far 3323. Now, market is still going on. There's an hour for the market, but there is something worrying. A gap and a doji, a perfect doji, that's not good. So it could be indicating a correction. We have to wait to see that. But we do have, I think, this support trend line here. So that's for the S&P. Let's also take a look in the two commodities that interests us. Gold, which is right here, and we can see that it is testing its high of the last. Hey, look at that! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. Our team just made a recommendation for me to take a look in that recommendation. These are stocks here in Brazil. So how is it testing this stop at 1550 here in a flag? And today's candle suggests that the flag is being broken and the market is heading to its objective that could be projected from this reversal head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders here, which is $1,800. Now, oil prices are mixed, but going down. So it has been going down since the attack. Since the U.S.-Iran crisis, but this does not suggest that there's going to be an expansion, economic expansion. On the opposite, it suggests a contraction, and so I keep my analysis that what we're seeing here is a rectangle that is going to continue this downward movement, and I foresee that the prices would come down to test this support level here at 42. So this for the commodities. Now let's go to crypto, starting with Bitcoin, shall we? Let's take a look in the weekly chart, remembering that I exclude this first upward movement in terms of thinking of I have to do that again, sorry about that. In terms of analyzing the market in terms of a Elliott Wave cycle. So far, we've had wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think we're entering wave 5. But I said Bitcoin is behaving by the book because you see, this is definitely indicating that there's another upward movement starting. And if we go to the daily chart, I think it's not. It's not late always to remember that I think what a technical analyst should do is to define what is important and what is not so important in terms of all the indications that we can get out of technical analysis. And nowadays, I think the most important indication that we can extract out of a long-term chart of the S&P is the fact that this movement was a corrective movement with an impulsive wave, a corrective wave as being the descending triangle, and another impulsive wave, and then we had a reversal here, which is a typical long-term trend reversal, and then we had a first upward movement, a first impulsive wave. And now I think it's very clear that we're seeing another impulsive wave starting. The market accumulated testing the resistance trend line here, escaped of it, and now it's just flagging up. It's clearly flagging up in a very important resistance level, which is the 9,000 level. I think it's quite I think it's quite normal that it would feel this resistance level. But what I think is important, listen, well, look, there's a top here in May 2019 in this level, and then a bottom exactly at the same level, well, around 9,000, right? A bottom in July, and then we had the bottom of this accumulation here in October, end of October, and now we're testing it. But another thing to be considered is that when, I think it's when, not if, when the market breaks this resistance level, I think it's going to be free to go up more widely and wildly and faster. So I think it's a pretty good time for you to buy Bitcoin, but I also think yesterday was a pretty good time for you to buy Bitcoin. Actually, the best time for you to buy Bitcoin was in 2011, if you didn't happen to be so lucky. Same thing as planting a tree, right? Best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. Next best time is today or tomorrow, maybe. So yes, I think Bitcoin is inviting people to buy. The American markets are in its all-time high, which means that the world has never been so rich as it is now. Can you imagine how much attention the stock market is pulling out of the world economy? Considering that the S&P is today in its all-time high. Now, when this market starts to correct and Bitcoin going up, I think maybe we can see a run to buy Bitcoin. Yes, I'm very bullish on Bitcoin, indeed. Yeah. So back to business here. Yes, we still have to break these 9,000 for us to see a huge movement in Bitcoin. Now to the cryptos that we're keeping an eye on, all in daily charts, starting with BINANCE Coin, which is testing this resistance trend line. But the important thing is that there was this important support line here that was broken, and then let me draw that again, or horizontal. Now, so top here in 2018, another one, accumulation, then bottom here in 2019 in September, and so on, right? So let's analyze this situation here. So the support was here, the market broke this support and then went up and then broke again, and now it's going up and broke this first resistance level here at 192. So 1,000 satoshis. So 192, 196. Accumulating in this level means that the market is going to break this resistance trend line and it's going to start an upward movement. So yes, we haven't recommended it yet, but I bought I bought some to myself. Yes, it's in my portfolio now, Binance Coin, even though because I think I believe very much in the project, in Binance as an exchange and so on. So next one, well, let's take a look in the hourly chart, this Binance, to see what's going on. See, there's been a lot of volatility, but it seems that we're leaving higher bottoms and same level tops. So this could evolve to a ascending triangle, maybe. Yeah, we'll have to wait on that, but I think that's a continuation chart pattern. So next one is Cosmos, which broke this resistance level here, came down and made what I think was a pullback, but we haven't got the indication to buy it yet. I would hope for it to produce a upward flag here and then get in whenever it breaks this resistance with this upward flag. So Dash, digital cash, well, it gave us an indication here. Actually, it was in the 11th of January, but unfortunately I've missed that, and then it started to go up. We've been waiting for a flag or something. It didn't happen. It's happening now, or it's going to happen now. It's correcting. It went up like what in days? Look at that. It went up after this flag. It's been so far. It's been 122, 100% less than a few days, right? So we're keeping an eye. For the moment, there's nothing to be done in Dash, but we're keeping an eye. Now, Ethereum Classic, well, is it replacing Ethereum or something? Because yes, that was a huge movement as well. It didn't give too many indications besides this one here that left a upper shadow. And so one would think whether this had been broken or not. The other day it went up already like 18%, and then we're waiting until today. Another example of an altcoin that went up as much as 88% is now 58%. And so what to do? Let's wait for a flag or something to see. But that's another indication that that we might be looking at the start of a out season. Many of these coins, are they going to hold? We don't actually know, but whenever many of them are indicating the same point, we start thinking that it's out seasons. Yeah. So next one is Ethereum itself. So Ethereum is testing this important resistance trend line. 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 touches in the line. And now what is it? I think we're looking at a upward flag. So one would have to follow the market here in the hourly chart, and whenever this level now retested once more, whenever this level is broken, I think one could buy over here with a stop below in the first or second support level in the hourly chart. Next one is Litecoin, which, well, we have seen a descending triangle, and then the market broke this level and then re-entered this level, giving us a important bear trap. So also we broke this resistance trend line, which was the trend line of the descending triangle. That is usually very bullish. So Litecoin, if we look at the hourly chart, is giving an indication right now. And so that's the recommendations that we made so far: Bitcoin Cash, Link, and EOS. Back to the cryptos we're taking a look. I think we might be recommending Litecoin right away. One could place a stop over from here to here. It's only 4.9 away, which I think it's fairly good. Yeah, the objective would be, let's see here, if you project this upward movement from here, it goes to 72, but we should go to the daily chart for that. And in the daily chart, I think you can expect the market with this bear trap here. I think you could expect it to go to 0.01, which would mean an upward movement of around 44-45%. Next one is metal, which it's testing its resistance trend line. It's an important trend line, so that's why we're keeping an eye on it. But so far, no indication. Monero, well, it went to its almost all-time low. I don't show this here, but it's almost there. It tested this resistance. How's this resistance trend on 1, 2, 3? Yeah, fairly trustable. And you see, it broke this line, it came down, and it's going up again. So is it already time? The hourly chart may tell us. Well, it tried to actually, it went up, it broke this resistance level, and then it came down. But is it a pullback? Because we could watch this like that. Maybe it's just pulling back to these resistance levels here that are actually offering support, as we can see now. So I'm recording this video at 8 o'clock 8 o'clock UTC. There's still an hour for the market to close, right? No. Yeah, there's still 3 hours for the market. 4 hours, sorry, 4 hours for the market to close. But that's the situation on Monero. One thing that I've been noticing is that these coins that you can trade anonymously are being more searched. They're going up more than the others. What should that be telling us? I don't know. That's to think about, right? I have been thinking about that, and I didn't come to any conclusions. There are some people that make some, I think, fantasy conclusions, but I'm not convinced yet. But I'm still studying. Maybe next video. So next one. So yes, Monero is it's a serious candidate to enter our portfolio indeed. Next one is OmiseGo, that produced a bear trap, that is actually just producing a bear trap today, breaking this former support level that then became resistance and has been broken today, apparently. Right, so we have a bear trap here, and if we go to the hourly chart, we're going to be seeing not anything very special, but the market is, yes, breaking this former top here. So I think that's bullish too for OmiseGo, another crypto that is entering the bull side. So Tron broke this resistance trend level and now broke this other resistance trend line. And so I would think seriously on buying Tron if it breaks these resistance at 200, the 200 level here, 204. I think one should keep an eye on it. Go to the hourly chart. Yeah, it's very cheap in terms of Bitcoin. Only 200 satoshis costs a Tron. So, but you see, this resembles a triangle, a symmetrical triangle or an ascending triangle. So back to the daily chart here. Yeah, definitely. And I like very much Tron in technical analysis terms because it's been held in this. Sorry about that. It's been holding this position here. It came down, yes, but it went all this way up, and this looks like an accommodation and an accumulation that would be a continuation pattern. So yes, I think Tron is ready to move to its resistance trend line, which would be around here. Huge potential, upward potential, just 145% if it only goes to the resistance trend line. And the last one is VeChain, which broke this resistance trend level, made it 1, 2, and 3 pullbacks, and wow, now it's breaking this resistance trend line. So yes, if we see a flag here, yeah, because if I go out from the daily chart and then into the hourly chart, I might see an accumulation. Yeah, not exactly. Well, a rectangle maybe, but definitely an accumulation pattern whenever it has broken this resistance trend level. Whenever it breaks that, I think it's a good time to buy VeChain as well. Now let's take a look at here. Let's take a look at BTC dominance. We haven't got that quote yet, so I'm using TradingView here. And so we have to draw a support trend line. So I'm drawing a support trend line, which should be straight right here. Sorry about that. Which should be line style here. Okay, never mind. No. Yeah. So, is that the correct support trend line? It's touching nowadays, right? Let's zoom it up a little bit. Yeah, I remember now what I have to do in order to, it's over here, right? So, is this the correct trend line? Well, sometimes when I don't know if I should, put the line in these bottoms or in this one, I do what I call reversal engineering, which would be to go up and start with the guideline of the, and I think if we pick this guideline and copy it here, no, as I have another top here and I was forgetting, and then copy it down here. Yeah, I'm coming very close to that situation, that first situation. So I'm cutting these off and I'm cutting these top off and this bottom off. And I think with that I've imprisoned 95% of the quotes in this channel or in this tube, right? So what's happening now? Well, the important thing is that we're probably near the support trend level, indicating that if the market comes down now, if the BTC dominance comes down, it will go further down. because it will break this this upward trend channel that comes from 2018. 2018 on was when Bitcoin started to go down. And look, when the markets go up, like they did in the end of 2017, well, actually from July to November, the dominance, Bitcoin dominance went up because the market was going up very fast, right? So when Bitcoin started to come down, Bitcoin dominance started to come down, altcoins surged. And there was a time when many of the altcoins, like for instance BINANCE coin, it went up like hell at the end of, let me show you here, Cryptos One. Over here. December, see Bitcoin dominance coming down, and Binance went up like hell. It went up, for you to have an idea, sort of 946%. So back to this chart, that was exactly in this period here, Bitcoin dominance going down. So if Bitcoin dominance goes down here, maybe that could happen again. But Bitcoin going down in terms of dominance, it can be going up, but it's another indication that yes, like I said in the title, are you going up or what, you altcoins? Yes, I think they're saying we're going up, right? So it's one should keep an eye on this flag, or that looks like a flag. It's actually, the market came fast to the support level here at 67% Bitcoin dominance, and it's flagging, it's accumulating. So that usually continues the previous movement, right? And if that happens, the important thing is that we're going to be seeing probably the market breaking this upward trend line. And so Bitcoin could come, you know, if we draw Fibonacci lines here. Let me see if I can Fibonacci retraction. Here it goes, from here to here, right? Yeah. Well, Bitcoin could come as low as 59% dominance. And then that would give would give a free path for the altcoins to go up to the moon, right? So this is it for now. If you're not a subscriber of the channel, please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video, and I'll see you next week. Ciao.